and do a little bit of commentary as well. I think I can get Austin and Christian to come out as well. I haven't been able to explain to Austin that like the protests that we're going to today are more like Women's March and less like the protests that I've been to already, where we're getting fucking, tear gassed and pepper sprayed and stuff. Like, I think that's what he's like afraid of. He's just like straight up afraid of that. Caroline is another. That jacket is sick, brother. Yeah, it's a Adidas collab with a Song for the Mute. This is like March's favorite brand. But if you want to piss him off, say, "Oh, Hassan put us onto this like super sick brand." He gets really touchy about it. He gets really sad. I wear this shit all the time too. Like they got some cool stuff. I get why you're skeptical of those protests, but I'm not sure why you feel you have to emphasize it as a lib protest. It almost sounds like you're embarrassed to go, to be honest. No hate, just an observation. No, there's a reason why I'm mentioning that. There's a reason why I'm mentioning that, and I'll get to it in a second. Please don't hold the camera. You can't film. Shut up. It's important context because, one, these protests are these are less like protests, but more like parades. Okay, they're organized by like centrist Democrats. They're not even organized by like progressive Democrats. Some of them are. It's all over the place, but it's funded by the fucking Walton family. Okay, and the RSVP thing is not just suspicious, but like completely unacceptable. So there are real reasons as to why I keep highlighting like that these are not normal. These are not normal. These are not normal protests that you would normally go to. Okay, it's an important distinction to make. They're not being put together by like PSL, DSA, or other like community groups that normally would make these sorts of protests happen. Yeah, it's organized by a woman. I think it's like Christy Walton or something. And people are gonna most likely say that this is like astroturfed and stuff like that. And I'm just getting ahead of all of that. This shit is literally a pressure valve. Most of the rallies only last 1 to 2 hours. Exactly. Also, never RSVP for a protest. Do not ever do that, for the record. Don't be fucking stupid, obviously. Do not do that. But yeah, Indivisible is also another one of these like Democratic Party groups as well. They're a little bit more progressive, but still. In any case, I'm blasting off. Hold on. This is like, I played some basketball with the Pinoy gang this morning. I cooked. I played really well. I'm very proud of myself for that one. I played early. I did this collab and I took a shower. I'm here. I'm ready to freaking let it rip. We got protests to go to. I'm going to be going in and out of desktop versus IRL. I'm going to be swapping in and out today throughout the entire day. My plan is to just do the desktop stream right now, give you a little bit of news coverage, then probably head to one of the protests, and then come back, more news coverage, then head to another protest. So that's like what I'm planning on doing. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know that's what I'm planning on doing. All right. Jedi Chai, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. This broadcast is sponsored by you. The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers. For you, the viewers. Your subscriptions allow me to maintain my editorial independence. All right. So yeah, no kings protests all around the country. IRL from the protests. Minnesota lawmakers targeted, killed in political assassination. Trump, you are weird. Wait, why am I weird? Trump military parade amidst the chaos. Did you get your press pass? No. We have an early but not fully verified ID on the shooter in Minnesota. We'll get to that. We'll get to the shooter in Minnesota. I don't know what kind of information has been revealed so far, but no Kings protests all around the country. IRL from the protests. Minnesota lawmakers targeted and killed in political assassination. Trump military parade amidst the chaos. Iran x Israel bombings continue. And more. Get in now. Okay. Do you think the parade is because he knew Israel would strike? No. No. The reason why the parade is happening on the day that it's happening is because he wanted to do a military parade for his birthday. He wanted to do a military parade last time he was president too. But this time he's got more motion, so he just chose to do it. If anything, the Israel ruining his birthday parade is an unfortunate consequence for Donald Trump. But it's not even just Israel. It's like the No Kings protests that are happening. Like, this is a full front, multiple front war at this point, a war of attrition. Are you allowed to summarize a manifesto? Yeah, I can't show you the full manifesto unless it's like being shown in the media, obviously, but I can give you some notes from the manifesto. I don't want to get fucking banned. I know it's a stupid ass thing that Twitch enforces, so. Yeah. I don't know if you talked about this already, but the Japanese government is very upset and has directly condemned Israel for the attack on Iran. Yeah, I'll just summarize it. So, apparently Minnesota organizers are pushing forward with the No Kings protest. Yeah, as far as I understand, I mean, I'm on the No Kings website on purpose for this reason. But yeah, we're blasted off. We're getting started. Okay, so earlier today, Minnesota lawmakers were targeted in what is being called by authorities targeted political violence. A manhunt is now underway for the gunman who was impersonating a police officer. Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman was killed. State Senator John Hoffman was wounded in this targeted political violence. A Minnesota state representative and her husband were shot and killed, and a state senator and his wife were shot and wounded in an act of targeted political violence at their homes on Saturday, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said. And because of that, the No Kings event in Northeast Minneapolis had been canceled due to a shelter-in-place order following this politically motivated shooting of two elected officials. They're Democrats, by the way, and apparently the manifesto, the shooter had a cop car, like a fake cop car, was dressed up like a fake cop. And I don't know. It's a very suspicious. It's a very suspicious situation. Obviously, a horrible political violent act, but. State Representative Melissa Hortman, a Democrat, and her husband were shot. Hortman, formerly the Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives, was a formidable public servant, the governor said of his friend. She is irreplaceable. State Senator John Hoffman, a Democrat, and his wife were both shot multiple times and underwent surgery. We're cautiously optimistic they will survive this assassination attempt, Walz said. The two shooting locations are a few miles away from each other in Champlin and Brooklyn Park, just north of Minneapolis. Hortman and his wife were shot around 2 a.m. in Champlin. Superintendent of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, Drew Evans, said. After Hoffman was shot, officers were heading to proactively check on Hortman when they encountered the suspect at Hortman's home at around 3:35 a.m., Evans said. The officers found a person who was dressed as a police officer wearing a vest and a badge with a taser and other equipment at the door coming out of Hortman's house. The suspect fired at the officers. Gunshots were exchanged, and the suspect was able to escape and flee on foot. The suspect's vehicle, which looked like a police vehicle, including police lights, was in Hortman's driveway. This is why I'm saying it's like incredibly suspicious. Was this an off-duty cop? Was this actually a cop? Was this like, how does he have so much police gear? Obviously, you can buy a lot of police gear, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. How was he able to escape? It is Saturday, June 14th, 2025. And it's 10:34. I'm obviously early. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news, but all I'm going to say is this. Personal news-wise, ended the broadcast last night. I've been watching this French culinary sex show. I think it's called like Carême or something. I forget what it is. This is like the show that I've been watching with my mom and dad. It's just like it's espionage, it's culinary. I think it's Marie-Antoine Carême, who was a real French chef. It's like real French historical figures from the Bonaparte era. And we've been watching it, and it's been fine. I got a little bit bored of it, but yeah. Pardon is oui. Watching a sex show with your parents. I mean, there's a lot of sex in it. Boner part, yeah. Napoleon boner parting with your boners. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs, we are live. We're alive. I watched that. Personal news-wise, not really much else going on. Woke up super early this morning, as a matter of fact. Part of the reason why I woke up super early this morning is because I did a really fun collab that I think you guys are going to think is like really strange. I did a very fun collab with these two guys. I'm not going to spoil it. I won't tell you who they are, but they're massive on TikTok for Gen Z. A lot of you probably have no idea who they are because you're above the age range, but everyone under the age of like 25 loves these two guys. And there's some beef that I've had with them, and I fucking, I squashed the beef kind of, but like not really. Anyway, it's not Da Vinci. Shut up. You're not going to figure it out, and I'm not going to tell you, okay? I'm not going to tell you who it is. In any case, I did that, and then afterwards, I went live early. And the reason why I went live early is because, obviously, one, there's a lot of news going on, and two, we have the No Kings protests that are taking place today. There is a No Kings protest taking place all around the country today, with the exception of Minnesota. I'll obviously get to that in a second. And I want to I want to cover the protests. They're happening all around Los Angeles throughout different times of the day. And I basically mapped out what I want to do, like exactly what I want to hit, how I want to hit it. And so I am I'm going to go to the Libbed Up No Kings protest, but obviously I wanted to cover the news first before we do the No Kings protests all around the country. Do a little bit of journalism, okay? Do a little bit of freaking journalism. Why do they have so few helicopters? What, you mean Israel or Iran? Why does Iran have so few helicopters? I don't know. Maybe because they've been under a fucking crippling sanctions regime in perpetuity. That probably has a big role in this. Also, helicopters suck anyway. Not 3 F-35s. It's 1 F-35, 1 F-16, and 1 F-15. Okay. AD nuke, MS, and ongoing denuclearization agreement. Sorry, I'm posting a tweet. I'm going to ratio the Israeli occupying forces account. It's so wild to think you can farm sympathy posting this from the occupying forces account currently